Skýrsla starfshóps Reykjavíkurborgar stöðu drengja í grunnskólum sýnir að mikill munur á stelpum og strákum í lestri. Tæplega fjórðungur drengja í reykvískum skólum getur ekki lesið sér til gagns en 9% stúlkna. Munur á stelpum og strákum í skólunum birtist líka í því að 80% þeirra sem þurfa á sérkennslu að halda eru drengir en stúlkur eru aftur á móti kvíðnari, lenda frekar í einelti og hafa minna sjálfsálit en drengir.
William Pollack is a clinical psychologist and professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, also the author of Real Boys.
Certainly in the data we see in the States and data we see in other places, boys are doing a little worse than they did 10 years ago and 12 years ago. Not exceedingly worse, but a little worse, and certainly in reading and in writing. And they are doing worse compared to girls. Part of that is girls' achievement. That's wonderful. But part of it is boys being turned off because often the curriculum, the classroom, don't meet their particular educational needs or their behavioral tempo.
Okay.
What you and I learned in kindergarten were social skills. Boys and girls are now being asked to read and write at a level that we would do in second and third grade. So if the typical boy isn't reading yet in kindergarten, we say there's something wrong with him. He's got poor literacy. We're making demands of them, and of girls too, much earlier. The girls can just get by. It's not great for them either. But the boys start to fail very early, and then their self-esteem plummets, and then they start to give up almost by the third or fourth grade. There's something we call the boy code. Boys are taught before they ever get to school to shut up, stand on their own 2 feet, and not complain. So part of what's going on is that when they come into a curriculum that may not be flexible or may not fit for them, they don't say, please help me out, teacher, or let's have a heart-to-heart interpersonal discussion. What do? They act out. They become discipline problems. And then the teachers have negative feelings toward them. They have negative feelings toward the teachers. They have negative feelings toward themselves. It's no one's fault. We shouldn't demonize anyone, and it's not a win-lose situation. But I think things are shifting in the world, but the way we socialize boys to deal with the world has not shifted enough. Boys, not necessarily immutably because of biology, are more action-oriented. They're like story plots. We heard like doing things with their hands. They don't have to be mechanics. They can be using computers. They can be using video pieces. They can be using all kinds of new techniques, and teachers need to expand those techniques so the boys remain interested in connecting.
But do you divide the class then? Do you have a class where boys are taught on one
not
side,
by boy and girl,
on the other, and taught differently?
Not by boy and girl, but by interest. You see, when you introduce that range of interests, a whole bunch of girls who never thought they knew it come over to that interest as well. And you expand it, and it doesn't become boy versus girl, it becomes boy and girl. You don't have to be one way to be a boy. But if you're the kind of way that doesn't fit in to the varieties we presently have, we have to expand those varieties. The average boy up to the 5th or 6th grade could use 6 or 7 recesses a day. And what does he get? We haven't talked about behavioral tempo.
Hey, I take that too.
Well, yeah. But what does he get? If he squirms in his seat, we take away his recess, then we tell him he has hyperactivity, and we give him Ritalin. We don't, you heard that question. I'd like to hear what the boys feel and think and like.
They get diagnosed with attention deficit disorder far more than girls do.
4 to 1 in the States, some places 10 to 1.
Is that approximately what it is
Approximately,
here?
same in Quebec.
Yeah, no, clearly that's a problem.
But we have to hear what they have to say, and that's why our study was called Listening to Boys' Voices. A whole range of those voices, a whole range of ethnicity, but seeing them as a wide group who can actually tell us something, even though they may not talk in the same kind of way that girls speak to us. I am worried about the boys. I think we are already paying for it. I'm worried about the girls as well. It's not just boys, it's boys and girls. But boys who can't do those complex functions for those jobs won't get them. They'll get economically depressed, but they'll get emotionally depressed. Between the ages of 10 and 19, boys are 4 times more likely to take their lives than girls are. And over the last 20 years, that number has gone up 300%. This is no small matter.